Hello, let me show you my new shoes. Well, a little context first. In historical groups such as the SCA, you'd be asked to develop a persona. In living history and historical reenactment, we call that a impression. For my part, I'm interested in the Portuguese who first visited Thailand in the 16th century. They were raiders, traders, invaders in various amounts. So I want to create a impression, particular clothing and equipment that's appropriate to that persona or impression. For my part, I'm interested in building this from the ground up. And for that I would need shoes. I could go to Portuguese museums, Spanish museums, Italian museums. That's the sort of cultural milieu they would be dealing with. They're hard to find, and of course they're not in English. But for that period, there's one worth looking at. That is the Mary Rose. The Mary Rose was a ship, a carrack, belonged to the English Navy. It was built in 1511, coincidentally the same year that the first Portuguese visited Siam. It sank in 1545, which is about the same time that the wars between Siam and Burma began. At any rate, it was conserved or brought back to dry land and conserved and presented to the public around 1982. It stands as one of the, like a time capsule of life during the reign of Henry VIII, the Tudor period. Many things were found there. These were sailors and soldiers on board the ships, so many of the goods survived. Longbows, if you do longbow archery, that's one of the points of information there. So I was curious as to whether there were some shoes found there. I Googled Mary Rose shoes, and it turns out there's about probably 168 shoes. Probably not 168 pairs of shoes, but you know, these things get mixed up. But enough to draw some information. So on Google I clicked images, and lots of pictures of shoes from the Tudor period showed up. Some very, very nice pictures, one of which opened up, and I said, I want to copy that. It's from a site called Bohemond. He does business. He builds shoes. He's a cordwainer, historical cordwainer. He's got a lot of different shoes from historical periods that are of interest to people in the SCA and other historical reenactors. And so being a bit of a pirate myself, I printed out copies of his pictures and brought it to a leathersmith that I know here in Chiang Mai. And I said, you make shoes. I can see you have shoes in your shop. Demonstrate what you've made for other people. His name was Dawood. And so Dawood saw this and said, well, let me measure your feet and I'll get to it. And the shoes is sold by Bohemond. I think they're about $125 for a pair. That's not including shipping, and I'm in Thailand. Dawood said he could make that for about half that price. So I'm not sure how I feel about stealing Bohemond's photos from his website, but got my shoes. So let's take a look at these. They're obviously clump-soled shoes. He's done some nice stitch work along the edges here, which I think he used a couple different layers of leather here. It's got a little tongue here. They're appropriate for anything in the 16th century, even into Elizabethan, Shakespearean periods. I'm not 100% sure this would translate to the Hispanic, Portuguese area, but it's a very good start, I think, and they're very comfortable. He used some modern rubber soles, which give me lots of traction. I've made Viking turn shoes before, and they are, generally speaking, leather soles. And they're very slippery on wet slopes of grass and so on. Not as convenient and as, and I believe clump soles were used in the 16th century and later times. So it's appropriate to do here. Anyway, that's my 16th century shoes. If you wanted to visit Dawood, he's in Chiang Mai on Tanun Muang Muang, close to Som Pet Market on the east side of the old city. Tell him I sent you.